what we've done is created a diagram of the interdependence system. Now, there are hundreds of different needs. Science doesn't even know them all yet, and in some cases, what we know is very little about them. But there are enough of them that we know enough about that if we look at them from this lens of interdependence, it gives us an opportunity to look at how we see these needs for ourselves and for each other in community. So when talking about needs, we're all most familiar with the idea of Maslow's pyramid, a hierarchy of needs. Even Maslow didn't really believe that everything was in that linear a way. And science has proven that it isn't that linear way. More importantly, we feel that it's not that linear. Just because we were not hungry earlier doesn't mean that we're not hungry now, right? It's always a journey. It's always a motion. And that's why we've created this in this way. It's a dynamic model of 24 of the mostly social needs that we felt that would work for us to understand this interdependence on one another and to guide us through our lives in a better way. This starts with our understanding that at the center of this diagram are two key needs that are the starting point for everything we do. And those are meaning and belonging. Without meaning, our actions mean nothing to us. There is no feeling. And without belonging, there is no need to commune with others. And so we seek to do both at the beginning of everything that we do. From that, at the end of, if you would call it a journey, would be impacting. From the time we're born, we want to create some kind of impact in the world. As a child, we grab a rattle and we rattle our, make noise with our rattle, pardon me. And throughout life, all we do is expand on our impact. We go from doing a small impact as a child to over time growing into major impact. And then we move to becoming. At the end of those two goals are, again, starting with meaning, belonging, moving to impacting and becoming. This here is what we call the interdependence system. And those four elements are the ones that we're going to be really talking about today and focusing on those for our radical purpose. So I just want to give you the definition so we're clear about what meaning, belonging, impacting, and becoming are. And again, to speak a little bit more about real-world examples. So meaning, again, is not only the starting point, but it is the starting point of everything. Imagine waking up and nothing felt like it needed your attention. Nothing felt that had meaning for you. What would you do? Probably nothing, because again, it is feelings that motivate us to do things. And it is that sense of wanting something or feeling something that motivates us. Belonging. We wouldn't be a social species if we didn't have that. It is belonging that brings us together and keeps us together. Impacting. It's one thing to feel that you have something that you have meaning for, but how do we get that motivation to actually make it happen? That's where impacting comes from. Impacting is about making things happen. And making things happen depends on where we are in our lives and where we are in the world and what scale that is to each of us at any point in time. And then ultimately, it's becoming. And becoming is really, it's our sense of ourselves in doing all of those things? What is meaningful to me? What and who do I belong with? And what impact am I wanting to make? And how am I growing through that? How am I becoming the person I have the ability to become? And that is the story of these 4 interdependent system needs that are key to what we're talking about today.